So whenever we would have tryouts, our coach would have us doing wall sits, planks, stuff like that, that now I've learned is like a way to help start tremoring. But in that time, if your body was starting to tremor, it was showing that it was weak, that you were about to give out. And so I was trained from probably 7 up to 16 that if you're starting to shake, like bring it in, make your core tight, make your back tight, make your legs tight, make it so you're getting stronger. And like now in this past 2 weeks ago, I'm learning that if you hold it in, that's a sign of your body being weaker almost.
What's fascinating about it is that all of these people who are trained in neurophysiology and anatomy have no idea that this tremor mechanism is the very mechanism that you want to elicit because it takes tight muscle, which is what you're doing in a wall sit as an example, and it begins to release the tightness and the lactic acid buildup. Let the tremors continue, because what they will do is they will allow you to have strong muscle tone, but you don't want tightly contracted muscle because that's what gives your body the misalignment. And so we've confused healthy muscle tone with tight muscle. Said that. You've done TRE now for 2 weeks?
I did it once 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
It was a lot of realizing that I really had been doing tremoring all my life. It was like as I started to shake and I'd hear Linnea say, "Oh, good, we're starting to see it." It was, oh, like my head was just, I've been doing this. Like I've been doing this since I started playing soccer, since I started playing baseball or basketball. And so it was it was really relaxing too. Even though I was like really trying to trimmer and like my body wasn't really relaxed. I was focusing on doing it. I noticed my body was like loosening up. My joints were loosening up. My muscles were loosening up. And when I left, I was sitting in the car and I was sitting in the passenger seat, just kind of like staring off into space, like I just finished a workout or got out of therapy. Like there was nothing on my mind.
all right. So, Maxx, what I want you to do is just bring your knees up and then put the bottoms of your feet together, let your knees fall open.
Okay.
So what I'm going to have you do is set your hands at your side and then pick your pelvis up, and you're going to pick it all the way up to your shoulders. That's it. Bring your feet closer to your pelvic floor.
No, that's about a 7.
Okay, set it down. Slide your feet further away from you again. Is you're going to put a little tension on your inner thigh muscles as though you were going to close your knees. And describe what you're feeling now.
More of a tremor sensation moving up my thigh and kind of close into my pelvis.
Right. Okay, you can close your knees again a little bit. There you go. There's a nice movement into your hips. There you go. There's a nice little breakthrough. How's that feel?
Really good.
Where do you feel it?
From my knees to my hips. A little bit of my stomach too.
Okay, so close your knees a little more. Now, turn the bottoms of your feet so they're flat on the floor. And move them a little bit wider apart than that. Just give in. Like give in. There you go. Surprise. There you go. Look at that shoulder release. Maxx, anytime you feel uncomfortable, you just let me know and we can stop. You don't have to.
Oh, this is dope.
That's the one. There you go. You all right?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, I'm good.
okay.
This all get rid of it. I do this all day.
Yeah. You doing okay, Max?
Like I got superpowers. Yeah, this is really dope. I'm not thinking about anything. This is trippy.
Yeah. Where does the jerkiness come from? Where can you feel it?
Yeah, I, it um like when I first started, it was just in my legs, but then after the tremoring got more consistent in my legs, I felt jerking in the lower back. And as it started to move up, like the jerking went to whatever spot was newly jerked or whatever spot was newly tremoring.
That's it. See how you were helping your body there?
Yeah.
You're working with the tremor mechanism now. And it's responding to you. There, that's it. See that hip movement?
Yeah.
There you go. That's in your lower back there, Max. Good job.
What the?
There we go. Okay, you let go of his knees.
Feels like I'm like doing it on purpose.
Oh, look at that. Look at that lower back and pelvis. Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
This is all that sports exercise stuff that you did that tightened your body so much, and it's coming out. You'll still have good muscle tone. You'll still be able to play sports, but all that tightness and tension will be gone. Are you with me, Max?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, if you need to stop, you just let me know.
Okay.
See, it's actually trying to go down into his feet now. It does get
Yeah.
into the right foot now too. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
You okay, Max?
Yeah.
Okay. We're just going to let it loosen your lower back there a little bit more. That's perfect. And that'll get rid of all that hip trouble and any lower back pain. We'll get rid of it. Notice your pelvis moving now, different than your lower back. That's going to help get rid of the hip difference between left and right side. And you're young enough and you're tremoring well enough that you might be able to correct some of that scoliosis naturally.
I feel like I'm able to kind of like direct the tremoring.
Good for you. All right, now that's the real game. When you can play with it without stopping it. You can direct it to come to your shoulders, go down into your pelvis, go into your lower back, just by thinking about it. And if you can do that, that's the healthiest state where the mind and the body co-regulate together.
Yeah. Like when I put my spine up, it goes up here. But when I go down, it goes there.
Very good. Now that's what you do. And you always follow what feels most pleasurable at the moment because it might change. You still okay, Max?
I feel like I look like that girl in The Exorcist.
Yes. Okay, so Max, we're going to do something here. I'm going to have you slide your right leg down flat on the floor. That's it. And just let that's it. We're going to try to get the tremors to go down into your leg a little bit more. See, that's your quad muscles doing that. I don't want to get it. That's it. I think you're physically quite healthy, and it's probably from your sports.
Like, I like cliff jumping. I like surfing. It's none of that.
Breathe with that, Max. That's it. Let that come out. There you go. See what it's doing to your feet now? It's trying to go down your body. You have so much energy, Max. Well, that's just as good though, because both laughing and crying is simply diaphragm release.
Let it happen.
What, bro?
Now you start. Well, see, the diaphragm is a big muscle too. Once you started laughing, you told the body, okay, bring the tremors into the diaphragm, and it starts to pulsate, which is laughing or crying.
No.
Okay, describe what this feels like.
Feels like you're giving up all control and some power just like moving through you. And it feels like that something's just like moving through my body.
You still doing okay, Max?
I play baseball, and I lift weights a lot.
Look what he did. See how they're flopping around there, Max? It's like the
Yeah.
go down there, but there's no particular form yet. So they just flop around. But as they do that, then they'll develop the form movement like your legs are doing. We're going to try one more thing to help your arms a little bit. Cross your right leg over your left leg. See how it changes the movement, Max?
Yeah. It's a lot more smooth now.
Yeah. A lot of tension in your shoulders. That's better when it goes down there like that. That part right there, that's where your scoliosis is.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. That loosened that spine right up. Look, it wiggles now.
I did that breath.
Yep. That wiggle tells me the vertebrae are loosening in your back. And it's this movement, Max, that's loosening the vertebrae. Yeah, that's a powerful movement going on in your back there. And that's going to loosen that jerkiness out of your shoulders. That one right there, that beautiful wiggle. That's perfect. See, now that's coming from the waist. Then it wiggles up the spine. So you know that the pelvic girdle and shoulder girdle are now starting to work with each other.
And the arms and the hands.
Slowly, it's coming out as arms and hands. Exactly. See how it's wiggling your hips and your shoulders rather than jerking them now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the spine loosening up. All the vertebrae are loosening here. And then look, now he has access to his arms. Yeah, now it's going down his legs more too. Okay, so we're going to stop, Max, because that's a lot for your body. Let that little bit come out your legs. You just lay there for a minute and just peacefulness. Okay, how do you feel, Max?
Really relaxed, peaceful. I've been trying to work on adopting like the flow state.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I imagine that feels like. Like I feel thoughts coming through my head, but it's a lot easier to just look at them instead of putting a good or bad label on it. Just kind of go through it.
Perfect. Yes. Gently roll to your side. That's it. Stretch a little bit. And then come into a sitting position when you're ready.
It's the one time where I didn't want to have control or anything. It was like I was able to just look at what my body or feel what my body does and just like kind of let it happen. Ultimate state of relaxation.
So can you describe a little bit? It went into your pelvis and then your lower back and then your shoulders and then your legs. Was there any difference in what you were sensing from all of that?
Yeah. So after it like took full control of my legs and it started to move up my back, I noticed the back kind of turned into like the center point of something. Like if it would go up to my shoulders, it'd be there for a little bit, but then in order to get to my legs, it'd have to go through my lower back, and same vice versa. It was, yeah, my back was like kind of the center point of everything. If the top of my body was shaking, my back was kind of shaking as well, and then it turned into like almost like a wave, and then go side to side. And it was definitely more intense. The most intense spot was, like you said, where my scoliosis is, like right in the center of my back.
Would you recommend this to your friends or to other people your age, and why?
I think I wouldn't recommend it to everyone. I think if you don't have problems giving up control, then I would recommend it. But if you do, I bet you it could freak you out. I'm definitely gonna try and do this every day now. It's it gives me the same feeling as like that after post run high. That's how I feel right now.